I like those ones, yeah. They were a Christmas present, actually. Because
don't break them.
When people don't know what to get me, they just get me sticks. All right,
Rightly
taking a look
so.
at this. Can you play this?
Maybe.
Is there anything on here that does not look familiar? Like you're looking at that and you go, I have no idea what the heck that is.
I'm just overwhelmed by the amount of notes.
Don't worry about it. Take it little pieces at a time.
I just see this. Snare.
Yep.
That's oh.
Do you know what this is?
Half note. How do you play a half note there?
Well,
How do you play a half note on a snare?
so that's what the lines are for, right? So what those mean is that you're going to double them up. So
How do you build up a half?
if we were to take this really slow, let's take just the first measure, right? That's a quarter note. So if I were giving you 1, 2, 3, play these as 4/16 first. Da 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 da. Right? Now play them as doubles. Yeah. So you don't have to double these, but these are doubles. Digga digga da 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 da.
That's nice.
Then what about here? Digga digga da. That's a 5-stroke roll. You like those? No, doubles. Digga digga da. Right. Okay. What about this?
What's connected to it? Because that's like.
So this is just a drag. Do you get that? So we've done it before. Think of rough bark. So that. So it's a flam, but the left hand is small, and you get a double. Huh? So digga digga da 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 digga digga da ra digga 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 da da digga digga da ra ra da da digga digga da ra da 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 digga digga da. That's the whole first line. Yeah?
This is the stuff you're going to have to do.
This is the audition requirement for 7th grade wind ensemble.
That's wind. This is.
Well, but there's a percussion section in the wind ensemble.
I'm going to 6th grade. I'm not a 7th grader yet.
Okay. But, so what that means is that you have an advantage because most of the other kids going into 6th grade are picking up an instrument for the first time. Okay? You already know this. However, this is only 1/3 of the audition requirements. There's also a marimba part, which is pitched, and there's a timpani part,
Am I supposed
Which is
to
kinda
play
pitched.
marimba too?
which is pitched, but it's less, so it's not so bad. The timpani part would be, if you think about it, maybe like 2 toms. So you would move back and forth between the 2 toms, depending on whether it's the high note or the low note. So that one's a little bit easier. The marimba part would kick your butt. Tell you that straight up.
What? Do I have to play a marimba?
Well,
Timpani for
so
this? Just to get in.
well, this is the kind of stuff that we're talking about, right? So it depends on what program you enter, right? So his program specifically, if you were going into his, I don't know about Gabe's at Anacapa, and I know that Donovan is coming into kind of a dead program. So if you were to drop in at Balboa, the fact that you can play it all, they would cling to you, right? Because Balboa is struggling a lot right now.
I'll drop in for Balboa.
Well, okay, but let's take a look at the mindset that you just gave me right there. So here's this one that presents this giant challenge, and here's a one where just the fact that you have a pulse is enough. And you're like, well, I'll take that one. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Get the
you
easy one done, then you do the hard one. It's a warm up.
okay? But you've been doing the easy ones for the last 6-7 years. We've been warming you up for years, learning how to do all this
I
stuff.
give my last warm up and then I do the
Last
hard
warm up.
one. Yeah. You always need to make sure you're perfectly warm.
But I don't think I usually say that. I'm putting words in my mouth. But this is something that I think you could play, and I think you could learn how to do this fairly quickly. I don't think this would take you a long time. The big ones that you need to know is that these are going to end up being doubles. So let's think of it this way, right? So a quarter note is how many beats? How many beats?
So 1.
It's 1 beat, right? So in 3/4 at least, a quarter note is 1 beat.
3, 4.
Yep. That's why there's only 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's in 3/4.
I really thought this was 4/4. This
Okay.
would throw me off.
So-
so bad.
When you're gonna play, you're gonna doubles. You're gonna use doubles, right? So they're gonna be 16th notes, right, right, left, left, right? So what about here? What is that gonna look like? How many beats? So don't go crazy. How many beats is a half note? 2 beats, meaning how many sets of doubles are you gonna play? It's double a quarter note. So if a quarter note is going to be da 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 da, a half note is going to be da 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 da. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, right? Yeah.
Wait. Well, if it's a half note.
It's
half of the.
no.
It's half of a measure.
So that would be 1.5 notes. Because
Yeah.
This is 3.
But when they wrote it all, it was tailored to 4/4.
So why is it 3/4? It's also.
Well, because it creates a different feel.
And now it's in a
Waltzes are
different clef.
very, very famous.
No, isn't that bass clef?
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about that.
Okay,
Sometimes
that's
people
just
write
different.
percussion or snare drum and bass clef. Sometimes they have what is
Treble
often
clef.
been known, what is often known as a percussion clef. Which, do we have any of those around here? So you can,
Should just be 2 death sticks.
Death sticks.
yeah,
This.
just two lines like that to say this is percussion.
What about like the treble clef?
That's for higher pitch stuff. If you're playing on the marimba, so like you would get all 3, right? So you get the percussion clef playing on snare drum, you get the bass clef playing on timpani, and you get the treble clef playing on marimba.
Whew, that's gonna be a lot.
Mhm.
If I have to
So-
play those 3 instruments, then I know
So,
nothing about.
Well,
the 2 of them.
here's the deal. Okay? So all of this is going to be depending on what you guys want to do. If you guys are, good with your school and you're going all the way up and we're just dedicated drum set, cool. I tend to find the more that you limit yourself though, the more opportunities you miss out on, okay? So there's going to be certain things that will still have you, like Ventura College jazz program, for example. You could be not involved in anything else, but just sign up for the jazz program as a drummer and they'll probably let you in. What I was going to say though is that let's say that you guys were to swap into Bacali's program right now. He would not take you in the jazz band unless you were also playing in his wind ensemble or his beginning band. You'd have to play, or his intermediate band. You'd have to play in one of those 3 ensembles, the classical ensembles, and they're going to require that you learn marimba. So it depends on the program that you want to be a part of.
What is marimba anyway?
It's basically you get to play piano with sticks.
Like a xylophone?
Yes,
But bigger.
but bigger.
I want to see that. I want to do that.
Yeah, okay.
It was at Rio Mesa. It's right behind you when we were there.
That was. Oh.
Yeah, so there's a couple different ones, right? So they call those the mallet instruments because they're thin sticks with a yarn or a rubber, or I guess metal if it's
Ball.
cloth. Yeah, mallet up on top.
Then
And
it's
so-
mallet instruments? Because they're using a mallet?
Sort of. Suspended cymbal in concert band is a mallet instrument. You use padded mallets, like down there. There's the balters. They have yarn on top, and you would swell your suspended cymbal with a yarn mallet, right?
I do
So it would be a big piano, basically, where the notes are a lot bigger. So rather than the notes being just big enough for your fingers, right, the notes are going to be more like that, and you're going
Do
to
they
play them
get
with sticks.
bigger? Do they get bigger?
So marimba is the biggest one. It has the biggest keys.
Like,
It
no, like,
reaches the furthest.
do the keys get bigger? Or no?
In a way,
Yeah,
they're-
sort of.
they
Really,
get shorter.
yeah, it's not that they don't get wider, they get shorter, and then the pipes underneath get shorter as well in order to produce a higher frequency. So, but I don't think width-wise they get smaller, if that's what you were asking.
No, I meant like length. 'Cause,
Length,
that's,
yes.
That's like a xylophone, isn't it?
Yes. So marimba's the biggest one. Xylophone is underneath that. vibraphone is about the same. It's just metal keys instead of wooden keys.
What's the vibraphone?
So vibraphone is neat because it has a pedal like a piano does.
Like a
Where
timpani?
if you so think of it like this, if I press or on a vibraphone it's the opposite. So if I don't have my foot, it's the same as it being clamped. So you get this sound. Then on a vibraphone, if you put your foot down, what it does is it releases underneath, and then you can the notes will ring. So it's opposite of a hi-hat, but
That makes no sense.
It's like a piano. It's the sustain pedal.
yeah. So you're playing ba, ba,
Is it like the timpani?
ba, ba. So it's when you press down, it'll hold, and then when you release, it'll mute.
Like the timpani pedal.
The timpani pedal tunes the notes, so it changes the pitch.
But do they ring for longer?
Not really. Timpani
Good,
kind of always rings. If you don't want it to ring, you put your hand on it. So you would roll. To stop, you do that.
Or
Stop. That's not really timpani technique.
oh, like you wouldn't just put your hand on?
Well, if you had a bunch of really short staccato notes, then yeah, maybe you would bop, 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 that kind of a thing. But you wouldn't really hold, whatever the case. We can get into all that kind of technique, but I don't have it here, unfortunately. But if you were to get into that kind of program, they would want you to do that kind of thing. And so here's the deal, right? Is that if you were to drop into like a beginning band, you already know notes, which would really get you far. You just would have to learn how to play scales.
This doesn't.
Have you ever heard do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do? You've heard that before?
That's basically a movie.
That's a major scale.
And then
So
the
you learn
minor
how to do those in all 12 keys.
We kind of learned about scales, but it was just like minors is kind of
Oh, you learned about minors.
like minors and majors. It's kind of like the minors is like more depressed.
It's
kind of.
it's a
Minors
darker.
is like sadder, and then
Mhm.
diminished is the saddest.
Yeah.
And major is the happiest.
Okay, so you're learning about the tonality there, which is cool. But did they talk about how to play a major scale or how to play a minor scale or
She had a piano.
what goes into all of that?
She had a piano and.
Where the whole steps and half steps are?
Yeah, we kind of learned about that, but it's all lost on me. It was this guy on the piano, like, here's a half step. Like,
They didn't really go over.
well,
Okay.
no, we watched a
Real
video in
quick.
class.
Could
It
you
made no
could
sense.
so if I were to point to this note right here, could you tell me where a half step is? From-
Here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So B to B flat is a half step. What about the other way?
there or there?
Oh, confusing.
There. No, there.
No sharp.
It's here because there's no B sharp is the same as C. So when there's no black key, you jump to the next white key, and that would be a half step.
So, like, C sharp is the same as.
Well, C sharp is right here. But if you're talking about C flat is B or B sharp is C,
Well, like,
E
no,
sharp is F, F flat is E.
What about C sharp is the same as D flat?
Yes, that's also correct.
Oh.
That's where the wheel of fifths comes in handy.
Yeah.
Or
So-
fifths.
Your scales have to do with whole steps and half steps, which is what
Step,
creates that kind of
step,
tonality.
half.
So that's why when you play a C major scale, you don't have to hit any black keys because it does the half steps for you. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. So that's major form.
I'm very confused.
So how about this? 2 holes, then a half, then 3 holes and a half.
2, half,
Two,
5, half.
2, 3. 2, then 3. Right?
2 and a half, 3 and a half, 2 and a half, 3 and a half.
2 and then a half, 3 and then a half. So,
Major, minor,
from
minor,
here-
major,
You're a guitarist.
dominant.
well, that's okay. We're talking about it right now.
I'm
So,
a drummer. I
here's
play
your starting note. So,
C,
2 whole notes, right? So, or whole
D,
steps. So, give me
E.
whole steps.
D,
So, D, E.
E.
Now we have a half step, right?
E.
Because we had our 2 whole steps. Then this one's our half step. right? So, F.
Sharp.
Not yet.
Wait, sorry, E sharp and F.
So our half step is right here. So that's why we don't have to go up here is because we only need a half step. Whole step, half step. So we're on F. Now I need 3 whole steps. F.
G, A, B,
Now I need a half step.
C.
There you go. There's your C major scale. Not so bad, right? So where it starts to get a little more confusing is when you have to bring in the sharps and the flats. So if we start on G, it's not quite the same, right? So we start on G here. We have
G.
2 whole steps. So give me 2 whole steps. G goes to
A, B,
now there's a half step.
C,
Yep. Now 3 whole steps.
D, E, F.
Oh, what about here though?
D.
I need a whole step, and F is a half step, so I have to go. I have to skip the half step and go up the whole step. So we go from E to F sharp, and then we need a half step. G. Does that make sense or no?
It does. It's just very confusing.
Yeah. As long as, if you remember this,
Whole, half, whole, half.
that's major form.
I will write that down somewhere, and I will remember that.
And so then you can learn any of your keys. Even if you were to do something that's really hard, let's take C sharp.
I was gonna say B flat, but yeah.
So let's go crazy here. Let's say C sharp. Okay. So give me the formula. Whole step, right?
Whole step.
So D sharp.
Whole step.
Whole step. Where's that going?
Right there.
Yep. Okay. Now after 2 whole steps, then you have what?
Half.
So.
Up.
Mm-hmm.
And then a hole, and then a half.
There you go. That is one of the harder keys.
Yeah, I did it. Still doesn't make a lot of sense because it's like explaining. How do I say this? It's like explaining meat to a vegetarian. It's a piano. I don't play piano.
Well, just to the thing about teaching on piano, the reason why all music departments do it is because it's so easy to recognize the pattern. It's a lot harder to look at a guitar and to be able to go, that's a C, that's a C, that's a C, that's a C. To be able to work your way around a guitar, it's a lot harder. This is it's a
Very
clear
difficult.
pattern. Look at this. It's just this over and over and over and over again. So if you know right here that this is an A because it's between these two, it's also very easy to know that that's an A and that's an A because it's exactly the same spot, just in a different place on the piano. Right? So it's because the pattern recognition is so simple, that's why most people teach theory on a piano.
We need to
Because
write
it's
that
easier
on
to see the patterns. If I were trying to show it to you on a guitar, it would be easy for you to forget, like, wait a minute, where's A? I don't remember where A is. I don't remember where D is, right? It would be hard to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this is easy to remember. No matter where you are, whether you're at the very far left or at the far right of the piano, the pattern looks the same all the way across.
I need to write those notes down on the piano. That way, like C, F, C sharp.
Well, tell you what, the best way to start, because eventually you want to be able to just like, that's a G, that's an F sharp, you know, that's a B flat. Like, you got to be able to just recognize them right away, right? So, to start with, just start with being able to grab a C every time.
C.
As long as you can grab a C every time, you can walk your way up to wherever you need.
So
if C is right
this
here,
way.
if C is, oh, my marker's running out of ink. If C is right there, find me an A sharp. I don't care where, but find me any of them. You can go up or you can go down.
F, D, B, E.
Well, so
D,
so
sharp.
C. So I'm looking for A sharp. So this is C.
C,
Uh huh.
D,
Yep.
E.
Uh huh.
Is
Keep
this
going.
an
That's
E
F.
sharp?
Nope.
F,
You don't say sharps until you get to black keys.
Oh.
So F. Mm-hmm.
G,
Uh huh.
A.
Yep.
Did you say A sharp? Or
A
F?
sharp.
There.
There it is. See? So as long as you know where even one note is, you can find any other note. Right?
Yeah, like now A sharp. It's right here.
Yeah.
That's literally
Yep.
the
The pattern. Once you recognize that it's the one on the far right of the grouping of 3,
A sharp.
now you know. What if I told you to find me a B flat?
Do 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 do. Sorry.
So we got A sharp,
Showed my age.
So how would you get to a B flat?
B, A sharp, A sharp, B.
Now flat it. It's the same note.
That makes. Wait a minute.
A sharp, B flat.
Depending on which key you're in, is which way you go on the
Yeah.
sharps or flats.
Yep.
What?
Flats are up and to the left. Sharps are up and to the right.
Flat, sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Flats are up here. Sharps are up here. Up and to the right or up and to the left? That thing I was talking about earlier.
Yep. I'm from the guitarist end of it. When you said, your pattern, whole, I was like major, minor, minor, major.
Oh yeah, when
dominant,
you start thinking about the chords.
Minor.
That's a whole
minor
other,
diminished 7.
Let's not break him wide open today.
What about diminish? What's that on the guitar?
Well.
What are you diminishing? You have to figure out which note it is.
A sharp. A flat. Something like that.
So yeah, it has to do with what you're doing with the chord, right? So if you take a major chord, right? Let's take an easy one for you. C.
C.
My marker's almost dead.
Yeah, you need it.
C, E, and G. You can't really see it, right? But whatever the case, C, E, G, right? So to make it minor, you have to flat the third. So now you're C, E flat, G.
You said just flat the third.
Yeah. So the third.
2, 3.
1, 2, 3, flat.
1, 2, 3, flat.
Well, not the third note in the chord, the third note of the scale. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the third note, which is the middle note of your chord, C, E, G, right? Flat it. Then if you want to diminish it, you gotta flat that one too.
Yeah. Also, your marker's a lot.
As I say, diminish.
That does look good.
Diminish 7s, diminish 11s. Those are always fun.
Start getting into really spicy jazz chords.
11s?
Or Stone Temple Pilot chords.
You just blew my brain. You just blew me.
Well, yeah, your brain's coming out of your ears.
Yep.
All right. Well, don't worry about it too much. It's all good to know, but at least if you're somewhat familiar with it, if you get into a program that has other percussion, then you can use it. So this week, work some more with some bossa. Play along with bossa this week, especially. So listen to it and play at the same time. Samba, you should start listening to.
I'm having a hard time
Learn this.
finding. I'm having a hard time
this.
finding.
Okay. The only things you need when you see these hashes, that means do your doubles. Treat it like a 16th note and then make it doubles.
Okay.
Okay. So for a quarter note, it's going to be a 5-stroke roll. Da 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 da. For a half note, da 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 da. Which is a
9-stroke.
9-stroke roll. And so then, if it's an 8th note, it's only. Yeah, right? So treat them like 16th. The only other one is down here near at the end. Those are just flams. Bra, 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 bra. Yeah?
So it's got a tempo on it?
Yeah. 116 to 120.
Start slower.
Yes.
Perfect.
So definitely start slower. But start working that out.
Write the, in your paperwork right there, though, write the scale.
In fact, tell you what, let's make a game out of it. I gave that to Prisha last week.
I need your pencil. Okay, scale. What scale?
Scales?
Your thing that you were just talking about. Whole, half.
Oh, yeah. So major form.
Major.